Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
And the Lord of... I forget what you're the Lord of.
Prose, maybe?
Prose!
Yes.
At Mort.
Yay.
And the Lord of Pennies is inexplicably absent. I suppose, hopefully, he will show up in the next few minutes, but... like I said, in his absence, at least you get to see the wonderful font I found to try to match the theme of the Clerks poster tonight. But otherwise, hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Satsu says, sorry, guys, be there soon. Okay. Well, as you... I lost track of my mojo because this is so unconventional not having Satsu here. So, chat, Mort! How are you? And for those of you out there that don't know who you are, you tell them who Chat Mort is.
Oh dear. I'm pretty good, thank you. And I am Michelle, aka Chat Mort, and I have a little YouTube channel where I do mostly just impromptu streams talking about nonsense, sometimes politics, sometimes anime. I post dumb things on Twitter. I get in fights and put my foot in my mouth a lot, and it's a good time, and a lot of people have fun, so yes.
Well, there's quite a market out there for feet these days.
Evidently.
Mm-hmm. And Monkey, how are you doing?
Not too bad at all. Had a decent day. I slept really, really good last night, so I'm in a good mood. Feel pretty good. How you doing, Scribbles?
I'm a little bleh because I was spending a lot of time staring at my screen for work today, and then just feel kind of fighting a little bit of a headache. But you know, que sera, here I am, rock me like a hurricane, which is apropos given the current news.
Ooh.
We'll get to that shortly. But also, guys, Chat Mort's information is in the description, her channel and her Twitter. In case you don't know about them, go check them out when you have a chance. Thank you. This is Kyle. Hello, chat people, Lawton and Chat Mort. Hi, Kyle. Let's see. Was there something else? There's something else I was going to say, and it's slipped my mind because today is just that day for that kind of thing. So, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And many of you haven't, because you're not sure if you're going to enjoy yourselves. I don't know why. Should be pretty guaranteed at this point. And please share our stuff. Share it far wide, sideways, diagonally, whatever the bingo card may cover, because YouTube certainly does not. If there's a content creator out there that you like, let people know that you like them, because it helps out. It really does. We appreciate it. Anything else before we get into the schniz? I'm kind of padding time in case Satsu shows up in the next 10 seconds or something.
Nothing that jumps out at me.
Well, if something did, that'd be kind of interesting. Okay. Well then, speaking of hurricanes, we have a hurricane going on. And can you guys see who's waiting in the waiting room? I don't know.
No, we can't see that.
Okay. Well, then I will have to click back and forth from tabs here to make sure I'm not leaving Satsu out in the cold. Thank you, Crimson Tiger. Happy 1 year listening to Lawton for me, Scribe edition. Well, thank you, Crimson Tiger.
Aww.
1 year?
1 year.
It's been a long time. Well, I mean, yeah, since, we just had Squeedus's birthday, which is a year, and passed by so dang quick. So Hurricane Laura barrels towards the U.S., here are the bullet points of what you need to know. Hurricane Laura has strengthened to a Category 4 storm as it heads towards the Texas and Louisiana coasts. The National Hurricane Center warns that unsurvivable storm surges of up to 15 feet could overwhelm parts of the Gulf Coast.
God damn.
Wow. Thank you, tall person. Happy National Cherry Popsicle Day, everybody. They have a day specifically for cherry popsicles?
They should. They're the best.
That's true. It is true. I kind of like orange, though. It depends on the brand, but I like orange, too.
Orange is good. Depending on the brand, grape can be okay, but cherry is always right.
Is there a National Otter Pops Day?
I don't know. They probably canceled that when they got in trouble the other day on Twitter.
What happened on Twitter?
Oh, they had an employee come out in favor of like Black Lives Matter, and it started a whole back and forth to fuck these guys.
Oh.
On Otter Pops?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Hurricane Laura is continuing to strengthen on Wednesday evening as it approaches the Louisiana coastline with winds of up to 150 miles per hour. Oh, just what we need. According to the National Hurricane Center, the storm is an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane and could see some additional strengthening before making landfall in the next 6 to 8 hours. If Laura reaches 157 miles per hour or greater, it will be a Category 5 hurricane. A Category 5 hurricane has never hit the coast of Louisiana.
Wow.
Tropical storm force winds are beginning to push onshore. Excuse me, guys, one second. Cough. Apparently, I'm losing my voice here. Hope that doesn't. Have a drink. That would be a very inconvenient thing to have. Tropical storm force winds are beginning to push onshore in southern Louisiana and extreme southeastern Texas. Heavy rainfall will also be beginning in coastal cities within the next couple of hours as conditions begin to rapidly deteriorate. Landfall is still anticipated between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then they go through a whole bunch of details about predictions of different areas and what to expect as far as stuff. So I'll put that in the chat in case anybody in the audience is either near there or has family there. And please stay safe. And if you're anywhere near there, please find somewhere else to go.
Several people have told us July 8th is National Freezer Pop Day. There's not a specific Otter Pop, but Freezer Pops.
I suppose they couldn't really do a specific brand.
Yeah, it would be too much like, government sponsorship thing.
All right. Well, yeah. So on top of a pandemic, on top of riots and unrest, on top of an election year, sure, let's have possibly the worst hurricane to ever hit that part of the U.S. ever.
Why not?
Yeah, I just added to the list. I mean, bring on the meteor, bring on the a million years asleep dinosaur that wakes up and starts walking through the town. Speaking of dinosaurs walking through a town, let's talk about the Republican National Convention.
Yay.
Yay.
I get it.
It's day 3.
Yep.
Happening now, the third night of the Republican National Convention kicks off, where the theme for the evening is, quote, Land of Heroes, unquote. That sounds like a MMORPG or something.
Yes, it does.
Making it official, Mike Pence will deliver primetime remarks and formally accept the Republican vice presidential nomination from Fort McHenry in Baltimore as a hurricane approaches the U.S. and unrest continues in Wisconsin. Ooh, okay, I understand those are things that are going on. Should he not be doing this because of those things? Why bring those up?
I know.
I am confused. Other notable speakers, Second Lady Karen Pence. Oh, I never really thought about that. I guess technically she is the Second Lady.
Yep.
You rarely hear that, though, or at least I really do. White House Counselor Kellyanne Conway. Oh, boy. President Trump's daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, and more. Let's see. Pence is not expected to address Wisconsin tonight. Okay. Vice President Mike Pence isn't expected to address the unrest unfolding on the streets of Wisconsin during his speech at the Republican National Convention tonight. A source familiar with the address tells CNN. The person said mention of Wisconsin had never been included in the draft, probably because it just happened the other day. Last night. But a separate source said earlier Wednesday that Pence would reference it tonight. Oh, so you have one source that says he won't and one source that says he will, but your headline says he's not expected to.
Well, they might have added something in very briefly, and they might not be expecting it because they have the advanced draft because they pass those out,
Beyond tweeting about sending in law enforcement to Wisconsin, President Trump has not publicly commented on the police shooting of Jacob Blake, and he's wise not to while it's still being investigated, honestly. Aides have said he is waiting for more information. God forbid. He has been briefed by the Attorney General, and aides have been in contact with the governor's office. It's a familiar pattern in the Trump White House where Pence will delay commenting on a matter until the president has weighed in. Is that just unique to the Trump White House?
Probably not.
There's a lot of background noise coming from somebody.
It might be me. I just had unmuted my mic. I was doing it the other way. Is it better now?
Gotcha. The gain. I thought it was like, what's that?
Yeah, it's fine now, I think.
Yep. Let's see. What else is going on? Well, they talk about this, but I'll go to the specific story I've got. NBA postpones playoff games after Milwaukee Bucks boycott. The NBA announced Wednesday it will postpone Game 5 of 3 different series in response to the Milwaukee Bucks' decision to boycott their playoff game following the police shooting of Jacob Blake in the team's home state of Wisconsin. Sounds reasonable. Blake, a black man, capital B, was shot in the back by police on Sunday as he tried to enter his vehicle in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yeah, that's all he was doing. I don't have all the information, but I've seen 2 sets of videotapes now, or videos, and he wasn't just like walking to his car. There was other things going on there, but all they talk about is just trying to get his car. His shooting became the latest incident to prompt outrage nationwide over racial injustice and police brutality. Thank you, Bacall, the Driving Ape Man. Raptors are doing a boycott also. It's a trend. Well, sure. Nobody wants to be left out of, looking like they're doing something virtuous, I guess. Thank you, Shrouded Angel. Did you replace Satsu with a woman? Yes. Yes, that was the decision. It was a command decision on my part. I was like, no, we want a woman. I'm kind of like Joe Biden that way.
A lateral move, diversity hire-wise.
Exactly. Quote, the NBA and the National Basketball Players Association today announced that in light of the Milwaukee Bucks' decision to not take the floor today for Game 5 against the Orlando Magic, today's 3 games, Bucks versus Magic, Houston Rockets versus Oklahoma City Thunder, and Los Angeles Lakers versus Portland Trailblazers, have been postponed, the NBA said in a statement. Game 5 of each series will be rescheduled. Representing the 6 teams slated to play on Wednesday, Atlanta Dream player Elizabeth Williams announced that the WNBA players are standing in solidarity with, quote, our brothers in the NBA and will also not play. And
nobody cares.
And nobody cares. And nobody feels like anything was lost. Thank you, Killer Turnus. Saw a pic where it looked like he was reaching for something in his pants. I don't know what happened for sure. I don't know what was all going on. But I do know that the press keeps continually referencing that all the guy was doing was getting in his car.
Yeah.
It's false. So it could still be completely unjustified. I don't know. But there was stuff going on before he approached the driver's side of his car, and they never mentioned that. And the fact that they never mentioned that, striking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that, look, when the first video came out, it's hard to tell what's going on at all. Mm-hmm. The fact that now the second video is out that shows that the police had him on the ground and he gets up from it and they still don't mention it.
Yeah. That's the part that baffles me at this point. If this was like the day it happened and the only video we had was blah, sure, I guess. But now we know that's not all that was going on. If they said something like in a confrontation with police or something like that, or in a scuffle with police, or at least add that, but they don't. So they make it sound like he was just trying to get in his car with his kids and they blew him away for no reason. Maybe there isn't a justifiable reason otherwise. I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Your Chaos, My Serenity, for the little devil. What's up with... Oh, that's not his eye. That's the 3 little dot thing. My cursor was over it, and I was like, has he got like some kind of like monocle on or something? What is that? Anyway, so the NBA is, or certain teams within the NBA and the whole of the WNBA, no pun intended, have decided to stand down in solidarity because that means something, I guess. I love this immediate rush to indictment. Like, oh, the cops are obviously wrong. We don't have all the information, but the cops are obviously wrong. So we're going to stand on virtue. But again, if you end up being wrong about being virtuous about it, there's really no downside.
Right.
Nope. Especially these days. Thank you, Professor Chaos. Ben Shapiro went over the Release 911 tape. He wasn't supposed to be where he was and stole keys to the car. Okay.
What?
Wasn't supposed to be where, like, was violating a trespass order or something? Okay. Well, like I say, we don't have all the information yet. The investigation is going on. Speaking of shootings being investigated, Maybe. Illinois teen arrested in fatal shooting at Kenosha protest, police say. A 17-year-old Illinois resident connected to an overnight shooting during a protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, was taken into custody Wednesday morning, according to police in Antioch, Illinois. Wisconsin authorities issued an arrest warrant charging Kyle Rittenhouse with first-degree intentional homicide. Antioch police said he is in the custody of the Lake County judicial system pending an extradition hearing to transfer him from Illinois to Wisconsin. Antioch is located about 15 to 20 miles from Kenosha, just across the state border. Kenosha Police Chief Daniel Miskinis confirmed that a 17-year-old Antioch resident has been charged in a shooting incident and said that the man was, quote, involved in the use of firearms to resolve whatever conflict was in place. He called the killings, quote, senseless violence, unquote, and said he couldn't say what led to the shooting. So I don't have all the information, but I've seen two different things so far. I've seen a video of him being actually interviewed prior to the shooting about what he was doing out there armed. And he was saying how he was there to protect a business that had already been burned down the night before or something, and that he had a medical kit with him in case he came across somebody who was injured. And then I've seen two photographs that I don't have a lot of context for, but they purportedly show, prior to the shooting, the kid, the Rittenhouse, on the ground being kicked by somebody, and then apparently who he then shoots. But I don't know anything about the before, the after, the in-between of those photographs.
There was there's several videos of it, including of both shootings.
Okay.
In the first one, he's running, being chased by somebody, and then you hear the gunfire, and whoever was chasing him stopped chasing him. That guy died. If he is the guy allegedly in these videos. From there, he gets chased by a bunch of people. He trips and falls. And it's funny, you'll hear or you'll read that he was jogging away. No, he was running for his life because he was being chased. And he falls down, and two guys jump on him, and he shoots him. One of the guys chasing him had a gun. So I don't know if the first one was justified. The second one was definitely, in my opinion, self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
It is funny if you're watching the one video, there's several different takes of it. But there's one video where you hear people, this guy off to the side, he's the guy who happens to catch the shooter running through being chased. And he's telling you about the different people that are around, that there's black guys there from Black Lives Matter. And then in the area of the first shooting, you hear him talk about over there, that's the white boys. That's Antifa. They're the ones who won't let you get close with a camera, which, by the way, you can also hear windows being busted at this time. And then you hear or see the guy run through, you start hearing fire, shots popped off. And then that kind of video ends there. And then it switches. There's other views of the second part of the shooting where, yeah, he was running. He was being chased by people who were trying to hurt him at that point. And yeah, he falls down and two guys jump and he shot him. I can't blame him for that. I've seen what happens when these crowds jump on somebody.
Thank you, Meowsers. Didn't the news recently confirm that Blake had a knife on him and another knife was found in the car? I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I hadn't heard that. Maybe.
I don't know either. And I'm even if he did, I mean, that doesn't necessarily justify shooting him.
Right. Yeah, this is one of those things where we need a lot more information, and I'm not going to make a call one way or the other. I am critical of how things are described with the information we do have from the media,
Right.
But as far as like, as if it matters, us making a judgment call on the officer's actions, couldn't say yet, one way or the other. Thank you, Sanguine. The hole he was getting into his car narrative has a heavy scent of hands up, don't shoot, which coincidentally smells like fresh manure. Yeah, I mean, there's an implication there that all he was doing was getting into his car, and like, there's more to it than that. And like I said, may still be unjustified, but this interesting, willful withholding of information from describing the events, even in passing, is very, very telling to me. And thank you, Mashisu. Scribe, pay attention to chat. We have been telling you the last 10 minutes there's a birthday. I'm paying attention to the news and paying attention to Satsu, whether or not he comes in or not. I'm sorry. I sometimes rely on my co-hosts. Nudge, nudge.
I didn't see anything.
Whose birthday is it? Because I don't see. Scribe always sing at night. There's a birthday. Okay, Grill and Pea says there's a birthday.
I don't see my name highlighted anywhere here, so
I see the cake things on Grill and Pirate Pete. We have a birthday. It's Green Death's brother's AJ's birthday. Pay attention, damn it. Well, I'm sorry. Just like I'm pulling like 3 different levers at this time. I'm sorry. Okay. Green Death, AJ. I'm sorry. I apologize. Monkey, take it away.
AJ, it's your birthday. And around here we do this. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to AJ. Happy birthday to you.
Yay.
Happy birthday, AJ. I hope you had a good one.
Was that a baby elephant noise?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it was. That was my instrument.
Okay.
I
That was
played.
amazing.
Thank you.
And just so you guys know, if you want my attention in chat, use my whole name so it does a little orange box so I can see it.
Yeah.
Chat goes by pretty fast.
I apologize. And also I had to keep chat frozen at one point so that someone's super chat wouldn't disappear because they generally do that. And so
Sure.
Chat wasn't moving. It was frozen in place. So I was waiting for Monkey to finish his description of things as he knew it. So it wasn't intentional. I swear it wasn't. Anyway. So just like with the Blake shooting, this shooting got to be investigated. He shot 3 people. Whether any of them were justified by the events, I don't know. But we shall see, purportedly, as time goes on. But I wanted to end at least, I guess we have a few minutes, but at least the last story I've got in front of me, at least, with good news of a kind. One of the FBI's most wanted fugitives has been taken into custody.
Cool. What he did.
This guy's been out for quite a while. Yasser Abdel Saeed, one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives, has been, quote, taken into custody without incident today in Justin, Texas, according to a news release from the FBI Dallas field office. Saeed was placed on the list in December of 2014 for the 2008 homicide of his 2 daughters, Amina and Sarah. Saeed, who is currently in federal custody, will be transferred to Dallas County soon, according to the release. CNN previously reported on New Year's Day 2008, Saeed took his 2 daughters, 18-year-old Amina and 17-year-old Sarah, on a ride in his taxi. Hours later, the girls' lifeless bodies were found with multiple gunshot wounds in Saeed's abandoned cab. Before she died, Sarah made a brief, desperate call for help. By the time the police located the cab, the sisters were dead, and Saeed had disappeared along with his handgun and all of his savings. Okay, they don't say in here, but apparently it was an honor killing.
Oh.
His 2 daughters were, I guess, being teenagers, as American teenagers might be to a certain extent, in some way, shape, or form. I forget exactly the specific circumstances of the motive. Either way, they were breaking whatever rules of virtue or something that he felt was correct, and so he shot them both.
Real quick, Nuts wants to know if you have a Streamlabs you'd like shared.
Oh, yeah. Can I throw it up in the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
By all means. And I will add it to the description.
Thank you. I forgot about that.
I forgot to ask. So let me get that. Let me get that there. Okay, 1 second while I get that squared away. Still no Satsu. I hope everything's okay. Let's see. I can add that right. Streamlabs. There we go. And I think that should save. Come on, you can do it. An error occurred on YouTube. Okay, great. Hope I didn't just kill the stream.
Looks like it's still going.
Okay. Okay, apparently I can't update the description right now. YouTube's not letting me for some reason. So
Oh, fiddles.
apologies, but it's in the chat, and I'll try to add it after the show. Okay, let me see. Any other news right now? Let me check the wonderful world of any breaking stuff going on. Let's see. Wisconsin violence hangs over RNC. Yep, we know that. Let's see. Let's see. The NBA stuff. We talked to the NBA. I guess there's nothing really we haven't already talked about to some extent. So I guess we'll move on early to MSS News. So everyone, if you have news stories you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Might not get to them all, but we'll get to a couple extra tonight because, well, we have extra time.
Yay.
Yay.
It doesn't mean I'm going to read more than one Frosted Glass article, though.
Tristan in chat says, tomorrow is my first day at the military academy. Wish me luck. Good luck. Have fun.
Wow. Yeah.
And congratulations.
All right. This one comes from Ryan. Let me minimize that so I can actually keep an eye on the thing there. Okay. Connecticut mayor slaps back at John Oliver with sewage plant renaming announcement.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he would anyway, but John Oliver may not want to visit Danbury, Connecticut anytime soon. The talk show host has run afoul of that city's mayor after Oliver had some not so nice things to say during a recent episode of his show. Danbury came up during the August 16th episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver on HBO. Oliver was discussing racial disparities when it comes to jury selection. And one of his examples took place in Connecticut. While talking about that state, he took a jab at one of its cities, Danbury, implying it wasn't most impressive place to live. Or maybe the most impressive place? Quote, I know exactly 3 things about Danbury, the host said. Quote, US Today ranked it the second best city to live in 2015, and it was once the center of the American hat industry. And if you're from there, you have a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver, unquote. Okay.
All right.
Some of his other comments included a bit of language that's not suitable for a family-friendly site. You guys have said bullshit in your articles on here before, quoting Trump or, shitty country or whatever the hell it was. Don't give me that. Come on. Danbury Mayor Mark Boughton was not happy about it and posted a cheeky video on Facebook with the caption, John Oliver, don't mess with Danbury. Standing in front of the city's sewage plant, Boughton said, quote, we are going to rename it the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant. Why? Because it's full of shit, just like you, John. I added the shit, whereas CNN put in parentheses crap, because they're family-friendly.
They're family-friendly.
Yeah. Unless they're talking about a sex scandal or something. Now, that's cute, I suppose. We'll see.
I enjoy that.
What's John Oliver going to say about that? Okay, this one comes from Frosted Glass. Oh, boy. And can you believe it? It's from Medium. Thank you, Starsaver. 2020 might destroy my hometown. Damn hurricanes. I hope not. Fingers crossed. Hope not.
Yeah.
All right. Diamond and Silk's Clown Act, part of Conservative Entertainment Complex. Conservative Entertainment Complex. And the subheading of this is Minstrel Duo accuse Fox News of racism in new book.
Minstrel Duo?
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Again, this is the article, and this is written by Manny Otico. And because he's making it relevant, the author is black, just as a reference. When digital mammies, Diamond and Silk, the dim-witted Fox News regulars, were fired for repeating conspiracy theories, I thought we'd seen the last of them. But the pair are like herpes. They never go away. They've returned to plug their new book, Uprising, Who the Hell Said You Can't Ditch and Switch, and also have a gig on Newsmax. In the book, they accuse Fox News of racism, claiming they were fired for what white actors regularly get away with. And I guess this is a quote from the book, so I don't know. So now Diamond and Silk, who made their living denying racism in the GOP, have called out the premier conservative network for being racist. So does that mean leftists were right all along? Leftists were right. Who'd think a network that regularly promotes white nationalism would treat black people badly? I sure didn't see that coming.
Regularly promotes white nationalism.
I don't know who he's quoting there.
Where's this from?
Well, this is a Medium article.
Okay.
And that section I just read is in italics and set aside as though it's a quote from something, but he doesn't tell us where it's from. Okay, then we go back down to, I guess, the author. Quote, here, he's actually quoting somebody. Quote, here's the crazy thing, y'all, said Silk, according to an excerpt from the book. Quote, Fox News hosts like Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, and Laura Ingraham were questioning the same things we were questioning about the virus and pandemic. The very same questions we had raised were being discussed openly on Fox News, unquote. Back to the author. This action is darkly ironic.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay, so now Diamond and Silk, who made their living denying racism in the... wait, you quoted yourself later on in your own article? What?
Are you shocked?
That's so bizarre. That is weird. I mean, usually if you're going to quote like some notable part of the thing, you just quote like a sentence or maybe a sentence or a phrase or something, but this guy put down an entire paragraph. Why am I being tweeted at now? Oh, I have to be quiet for a minute and check something. So, guys, I'm sorry. I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right. Let me get over to Twitter because I don't have that up on my screen. And to the hashtag. Right there. And sorry, producer stuff, guys. Get to the latest here. Let's see. Which one are you just done? Diamond and Silk?
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. This one comes from Peter Stewart. Good. Razors recalled after customers report suffering skin lacerations. Health Canada.
Oh.
Toronto, more than 8,000 Ditto brand razors and refill cartridges have been recalled after customers reported cutting themselves. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Health Canada issued the recall Tuesday after at least 2 people suffered lacerations while using the 2 people?
What?
2 people cut themselves shaving?
I cut myself every time I shave because I have bad motor skills.
The government agency said blades may cut the skin during use, posing a laceration hazard. Those who have purchased the product are being asked to stop using the razors immediately and contact Giant Tiger for a refund. If you're in Canada, I'll throw this in the chat for our Canadian friends. If you're in Canada and you use these razors, you can go get a refund on them. By the way, you can still cut yourself with other razors.
Nonsense. That can't be the case.
Yeah, it's odd, right? Fucking Canadians. Love you guys, eh? Let's see, the next one is from Shrouded Angel. Actually, she's got a couple. What do we have here? Actually, I like that one better. Woman captures moment. Damn it, load up. It loaded and unloaded and loaded again. Captures moment, random cat performs pull-ups to break into her home.
Oh. Huh.
The woman took to TikTok when a random cat who seemed desperate to get inside successfully managed to climb in through her tiny window and land on her living room floor. Yeah, by the way, guys, cats can jump and climb very, very well.
Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Satsu.
Hello there.
Hey, Satsu.
Let's see. Did you read Pincalo's super chat?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I have chat down. So,
thank you, Pincalo. Giant Tiger is like Big Lots. There were 3 for $1, or these were 3 for $1.
So, razor we talked about in the last one. 2 people had cut themselves using that razor, so they have recalled them.
Oh, okay. Cut themselves using a razor, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And now we're reading about a lady who captured a cat who broke into her home.
A cat burglar?
Well, she got video footage of it, you guys.
Oh.
I'll throw the link in the chat for anybody who wants to see the video. I mean, it's a cat video. Who doesn't want to see that?
Thank you, Tarkata. Thank you, Tarkata. Great for white people on the show. Come on, guys. It's 2020. Diversity is our strength. For white people. Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard today, Satsu, that you're white. I guess we'll talk about that at Fucketry time.
Yeah, congratulations. I saw that.
That's not good news for me. My credit was already good and other various reasons.
Think of all the loans and shit you get for free like the rest of us.
My question really is this your final form?
It could be.
Oh, all right. You want me to take over again, Monkey? Or
well, I'll finish reading this one article.
Okay.
I'm reading, this one was from Shrouded Angel. It's about the woman who broke in. The woman captured the hilarious moment a random cat tried to break into her home. The mum from Wales was casually eating toast in her living room when she spotted a ginger cat, which didn't belong to her. Out of nowhere, the acrobatic cat, they're all acrobatic, they're cats, managed to catapult itself into the opening of her window, leaving her stunned. After successfully managing to grab onto the plastic with its two front paws, it attempted to haul itself up over the barrier. But try as it might, the cat lacked the upper body strength. It doesn't say that, just the strength to pull itself up. And desperately, the struggle began. The cat started swaying left and right against the window, and it looked as if it was going to fall numerous times. After 36 painstaking seconds, the cat finally managed to pull itself through the window.
I just watched the video. It's very cute. It does seem very arduous. It seems like it takes the cat a lot longer than it does. He struggles with his little feeties. It's pretty cute.
But there you go, guys. Cat video of the day. Scribbles, over to you.
All right. Let's see. This one comes from Circus Zero. DOJ asks governors about coronavirus orders that may have resulted in nursing home deaths.
May have?
Let's see. The Department of Justice on Wednesday requested data from 4 governors on their orders requiring nursing homes to admit coronavirus patients. Quote, protecting the rights of some of society's most vulnerable members, including elderly nursing home residents, is one of our country's most important obligations, Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Division Eric Dryban said in a statement. Quote, we must ensure that they are adequately cared for with dignity and respect and not unnecessarily put at risk, he added. The department requested data from Governors Andrew Cuomo of New York, Phil Murphy of New Jersey, Tom Wolf of Pennsylvania, and Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan.
Yeah.
New York,
get that bitch.
New York, which has more deaths from the virus than any other state and became coronavirus hotspot. How about a coronavirus hotspot? At the start of the pandemic, issued its order on March 25th. The order from Cuomo reads, quote, no resident shall be denied readmission or admission to a nursing home solely based on a confirmed or suspected diagnosis of COVID-19. Nursing homes are prohibited from requiring a hospitalized resident who is determined medically stable to be tested for COVID-19 prior to admission or readmission, unquote. The DOJ's Civil Rights Division is assessing whether to investigate possible violations of the Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act, according to the announcement. Quote, the Civil Rights Division seeks to determine if the state orders requiring admission of COVID-19 patients to nursing homes is responsible for the deaths of nursing home residents, the DOJ said. Could be.
Maybe.
House Minority Whip Steve Scalise called the announcement huge in a tweet Wednesday afternoon, saying, quote, they won't get away with this, unquote. So there you go.
Good. It needs to be done. Especially when you have somebody like Cuomo. We don't really need to do this. Like, old people are the most vulnerable, and your bitch ass sent people in there knowing they were sick.
Yeah, just kind of casually called a very vulnerable part of the population. I'm glad they're not getting away with it.
Let's see.
And I hope they investigate why Cuomo in New York there, they don't count all of the people who were in old folks' homes who got COVID and then died in a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
as having died from that nursing home. There's at least one nursing home where they only counted 4 deaths because only 4 people died in that place. 21 total people died from getting it in that place.
Yeah, you know, the manipulation of the stats in this entire thing, from adding deaths in that are probably not from COVID or just people that had the virus but died of a heart attack or something, and now, oh, they died at the hospital. They didn't die from being at the nursing home. Yeah,
not from our. At the very least, that is absolutely irresponsible. And his answer, this motherfucker's answer. Sorry, this one pisses me off because this was dumb as this. They tried to kill old people. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
They didn't. The old people who got sick after they forced 6,600 sick patients in there. Sorry, 6,900 sick patients in there. They didn't get it from those people. Some of the staff got sick. That's who spread it throughout the home.
Let's see. Moving on. This one comes from Wandering Lisa. And if it'll come up here. This is from something called Mel Magazine. Never heard of it. The straight male thirst for compliments.
What?
I think there's just sort of a general human thirst for compliments. Overall, I could be mistaken. Kevin Hovdestad, Hovdestad, Kevin Hovdestad, was in his mid-20s hanging out with a handful of friends. They were Pokemon? Oh. When one of them offered an entirely innocuous compliment. Quote, "Hey, I like your shirt," unquote. It wasn't anything special. Nobody else in the room paid it a second thought. But Hovdestad couldn't let it go. Okay, quote, "My reaction was equal parts thanks and holy shit, when was the last time someone said something like that to me," unquote, he tells me. Hey,
right.
Like your shirt. Okay. This is a moment of vertigo that many straight men experience. How many is many? Sometimes we get caught off guard when someone offers a courtesy that is completely untethered from any other aesthetic than kindness, simply because we so rarely field compliments in the first place. Again, an unexpected and sort of spontaneous compliment from someone, I think, is a natural human enjoyable experience. Sometimes surprising.
Okay, I don't understand what his point is.
Well, maybe you'll get there. But I mean, Chat Mort recently had an experience that dealt with unexpected compliments. Isn't that right, Chat?
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, I know if I post selfies, as they call them, I get some compliments.
As they call them, like
I don't know.
Kids today,
wacky kids call them. I usually get some compliments and some really funny remarks that make me laugh till I cry sometimes. But I posted one. What was it, yesterday afternoon? And I was not anticipating all of the compliments I got. It was overwhelming and genuinely unexpected. So,
Chat. Then I have to ask, how long have you been a straight male?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Connor Johnson. Are you familiar with a British YouTuber named Jim Caddick, aka Caddicaris or Caddicaris? He's mostly known for reviewing PlayStation games and other gaming content. I am not, but now I am to a certain extent, and so is the audience. So go check that guy out if you like PlayStation games.
Not familiar.
Let's see if we get to the point on this. Okay. This dynamic has been immortalized in a series of memes created by some of the most sensitive souls in masculinity.
Okay.
A lonely cat recalls a mild nicety a girl offered him years ago, a memory he clings to in order to power through the rest of the day. Okay. An image of Pikachu wolfing down a honey bun is overlaid with the text, quote, "a compliment," unquote. The next panel, he's blissed out and teary-eyed, consumed with a brief spark of ecstasy. A monkey reaches through a car door and clasps an orange that's labeled, quote, 1 compliment a year, unquote. He's beaming from ear to ear. Okay. And now I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can see these memes for reference, I guess. There is a self-perception among men, do tell, that they don't earn the sort of incidental praise that the culture tends to offer women. And furthermore, these men believe that they might have happier, more fulfilled lives if the world told them that they look nice more often. I guess it depends on the person. I mean, I don't mind compliments. I usually am very wary about compliments, not because I don't believe the person, but so much as I have a relatively low sense of, not self-esteem per se, but I give myself very little credit. So I'm always kind of cagey about compliments, but well, I don't know.
There's some truth to what he's saying there or to the argument made there that women do get more compliments than men.
Sure.
But I feel bad for you guys if you're only getting 1 compliment a year. I get complimented all the time. I'm a pretty man.
It kind of seems like they're trying to say that, like, you know, women are beaten upside the head with compliments 24/7, and it's miserable. And these pathetic men who are now, I guess, displaying some sort of emotion because they're happy that on a rare occasion they get a compliment, and they're like, wow, that feels pretty good to be complimented every now and then. That this is somehow a negative aspect of masculinity because they're thirsting for it. They need it in their lives. That's how they survived all this time, and just happened to be pleasantly surprised by 1 compliment. It's not like they're going around begging for it.
Now, let's see. The author continues. I, the author, unfortunately kind of relate to this premise. Excuse me. And when I put the word out online, I was surprised to find a number of my fellow boys. How old is this person? Tell me that they too yearn for a society where they're reassured more frequently. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Wait.
Maybe it's my toxic masculinity talking, but a certain level of like self sustainability in regards to your self-esteem is desirable. Maybe. Yes.
I like getting complimented. And there are times when, like, a stranger from like, you look very nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. And that all day. Yeah. Like, that felt really nice. I think men come at it from a different point than women, and some people in chat have pointed this out as well. Mm-hmm. Women get complimented enough that they actually bitch that guys compliment them. You don't see that from men where we're like, God damn it, these women won't just shut the fuck up about how good I am.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Do we need more of it? Probably not, but it does feel good. Ladies, say something nice to a man in your life today.
Quote, I think it's just this quiet understanding that a lot of men have, but we don't know how to talk about it, Hovdestad explains. Quote, getting a good compliment is like peeing after a long movie. It's almost overwhelming how powerful a simple, nice haircut, man, becomes because you've waited so long for it.
You know what? I actually really get that analogy because ain't no piss like a piss after the movies. Good.
Yeah, it always seems to happen to me when I'm watching one of the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last 2 Avengers movies I went to, it happened both times. I was like right like 3/4 of the way through the movie. I was like, I gotta. And so like in the middle of the movie, I had to miss like 5 minutes of whatever's going on because I just couldn't and I hadn't really had anything to drink. It's like a curse to go to a Marvel movie. And I'm like, oh. Let's see. It's easy to make the argument that straight men... Why is it straight men? What does the orientation have anything to do with it? That straight men have nobody to blame but themselves for the infrequency that they're psychologically palliated by the public. Women have learned over eons to never casually compliment men they're friendly with because those sorts of pleasantries are consistently misinterpreted as flirts thanks to the inflated, perpetually needy male id. It's practically a self-preservation tactic at this point. Quote, men receive compliments poorly. They often see them as indications that the compliment giver is into them, says Mark Sternberg, a 27-year-old from Chicago, who is another man that recently had a disorienting crisis of self after his ex-girlfriend told him, quote, "You must get complimented all the time," unquote.
Sorry, no, women do the same thing.
Yeah.
Every time we hear women bitch, why do all these guys want to fuck me? Sometimes they're just telling you look nice. So don't blame it just on men and fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
There's parts of this that I can kind of understand, sort of, kind of, but then it rallies back to somehow this is all bad or like women are victims, etc. Like,
It's one of those cases where you're listening to the initial statements and you're like, wow, that's a pretty interesting observation. I think you got a point there. And then like 5 more minutes in, you're like, okay, you might be thinking about this way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, God damn, you have put way too much thought in it and have reverted back to stupidity.
All right. I'll do a couple more here because we have some time. This one comes from Pincalo, the Driving Ape Man. A story from the Toronto Sun. Canada. Why Canada? Oh, Canada. I know that whole song, too.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
My father took me to many hockey games when I was a kid, and you hear both national anthems, and so it's just something that I know. Except that I changed the lyrics when I was a kid, so instead of the real lyrics are "Oh Canada, our home and native land," and when I was a kid, I changed it to "Oh Canada, our homely naked land." And I always thought that was funny, and I'm sure all the Canadians in the chat will find that funny too, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. Bette Midler accused of xenophobia over critical Melania Trump tweets. Yeah, I saw this, and it was like, really, lady? Thank you, Cryptic. Canada isn't a real country, though.
I think you're thinking of Australia.
Oh, now that's a prison colony. Bette Midler has been met with backlash after mocking Melania Trump's speech during the second night of the Republican National Convention on Tuesday. As the U.S. First Lady spoke from the Rose Garden at the White House, where she expressed her gratitude as an American and her support for President Donald Trump's reelection, singer/actress Bette slammed Melania on Twitter. Quote, "Oh God, she still can't speak English," unquote.
Oh.
Yeah, so, right. Let's see. Hashtag #BeBest. Let's see. Oh, she tweeted as Melania closed broadcast. Quote, hashtag #BeBest is back. A huge bore. She can speak several words in a few languages. Get that illegal alien off the stage, unquote.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bacala Driving 8-Man. Look here, ping pong. At least we have maple syrup.
Wow. That's
Damn. Okay, and that was Pincalo saying that to Cryptic. That's all them. This is, boy, Canada's going to go to war here pretty quick. Let's see. Bet added, quote, "You are one lucky Slovenian, and after all that surgery, you hit a kind of horrible jackpot chained to a colossal idiot," unquote.
Wow. So nobody's touched your no-no spot in a while, eh, Bet?
Isn't she married to one of those? Did you ever see UHF?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the talent show part at the end of the movie? Where they're like doing the fundraiser for the station?
Uh-huh.
So there's one act that has no context. It's just these two guys with these really cartoon-like masks on going, la, 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 la. If anybody remembers that, I forget, I don't know which one, but one of those two guys is married to Bette Midler. Just a fun fact for you, just if you know, at least, or maybe he was married, maybe they're not still married. I don't know, but either way, that was at one time Bette Midler's husband, if not still.
Okay, real quick, random Twitter comment of the day.
Yes.
This is going to be a thing for me now, apparently. So there's a video of a whole bunch of people. They broke into this Target and they're all looting and stealing shit from the Target, right? One of the comments says, "And thus the only thing left were condoms and Father's Day cards."
Wow.
Damn!
Just like, bruh.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Just
Holy
like, oh
cat.
shit.
Ooh. Thank you, Cryptic. It's okay. At least our leader is not Fidel's son.
Mm.
Oh.
Your leader is also a black man,
And
who lives in a 2-bedroom apartment.
and Piccolo says, thank you, Piccolo. Didn't you guys see all the Melania prawn today? Yeah, there was a lot of people tweeting out pictures of her in her lingerie outfits and otherwise. And yeah, so she was a model.
Yeah, because somebody said we need more women like Melania and less women like Nicki Minaj or something like that. And people are like, excuse me.
Thank you, Sanguine. But remember, the right are the xenophobic and racist ones, according to Bet, and the dude that calls black people on Fox minstrels and the like. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. I guess Bet can get away with some of it, saying she's an entertainer, etc. Who knows? I don't know.
Is she?
At one time she was. I mean, I have it not because I like the movie, but because my mom loves the movie. Beaches. She was an entertainer at one time. There were some things that I didn't mind back in the day when I was young and didn't know any better. Before politics made a big deal, or I cared about politics. All right, guys, I'm going to stop there. Thank you guys so much for all the stories. Sorry I didn't get to them all, but we get to as many as we can. But with that, we're going to move on to the wonderful world of YouTube time. I'll go first. I didn't do much today except prep the remainder of today's theme for the show, and I got some compliments on the thumbnail for the show today, and I appreciate that. And I don't take it as some kind of rare thing that I have to cry over, but I do appreciate it. And I've also
do you think it may that people want to sleep with you because of it?
God, I hope so. Thank you, Sanguine. She was an entertainer. Now she is just an avid projectionist. Oh, nice. I've also prepped the theme / thumbnail for Friday night's broadcast, which Mort has already seen. I don't think I sent it to Monkey and Satsu yet. Did I? Maybe I did. Hold on. No, I didn't, but I will send it now, just so that they can see what it is. I'm going back to the past, as it were, into movies and stuff, as you might have guessed already from previous projects. Other than that, I have an intention to do a TED Excellence tomorrow, but I'm waiting to hear about scheduling a doctor's appointment, so that is tentative at best. So maybe I will let you guys know on Twitter one way or the other as things proceed. I think I found one that, at least by the title, is very interesting. Won't say more than that. Don't want to give it away. That's all I've got. So, Monkey, what have you been up to?
Did a Monkey in the Morning last night, and we gamed last night. A lot of fun. Yeah, that's all I've been doing, though. The Monkey in the Morning, we went over both the shooting, because it was very recent at the time, and then a lot more of the Republican National Convention than I meant to. But hey, Republicans, listen to me. You guys have had some very good speakers up there who need to know when to stop. Almost every speech we listen to, it feels like they're stopping. Like, that was good, right? Oh, they're still going. Oh, they're still. And with Melania, dear Lord, her speech was all over the place. It wasn't a bad speech. It was just all over the place and about 10 minutes too long. So if you guys want to hear me talk about that stuff, watch the Monkey in the Morning from last night. That's all.
Okay. Satsu, what have you been up to?
Well, the reason that I was late today is because I was actually working on one of my commissioned videos, one that I had to put off for a while because of various circumstances, and it ended up taking a lot longer than I anticipated. But I had to get it done because A, I started it, and B, my wife had to eat. So I had meant to message you guys and let you know ahead of time, but I was also in the process of gathering and pulling up as much information about this shooting that recently happened with the 17-year-old kid as I can. And I have I've scraped up quite a bit of information, so I'm putting everything together now, and I'm probably going to do a stream and just kind of lay out all the events because a lot of stuff has come out since then. There's a lot of other pictures and stuff circulating that we didn't see. I'm seeing photos now of the initial person who ran up on him, the dude who got shot in the arm. He had a gun in his hand, and no story really talked about that, but there are pictures of it out there. And oddly enough, some people were asking me, well, why would the stories mention that? And I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't they?
Yeah.
what kind of fucking question is that? Why would they not mention the fact that the other person was armed when the entire question is, why was he there armed? Like that was like one of the first things I saw. Is he was there with guns, so he was up to no good. And I'm like, but the dude he shot had a gun. So what was he up to? You know, like these questions need to be answered. So I'm still looking. I haven't made any definitive judgment calls because I don't really know. The one thing that we're really missing, because everybody was like, he shot somebody before that first initial video that came out. And I'm like, yes. And that person was also chasing him. So what the fuck happened before then? Because that's the part that we're missing. Although I'm going to have to link up with Monkey because he has that interview that I didn't see. I didn't see that interview, so I'd like to get that from you when you get a chance. But I was very, very into that shit, and by the time I paid attention to what the fuck was going on, I'm just like, oh shit.
I don't have that one. Scribe was one talking about it. I've seen it, but I didn't like retweet it or anything.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I knew that you too.
It was. I just saw it on Twitter. Somebody had. I'll see if I can find it again and zap it to you, Satsu.
Yeah, because I just want all the facts. Like I'm not out to. I don't care what the narrative ends up being. But I'd like to know what the fuck happened. So there are people looking for specific things that prove whatever it is they think happened. And I'm just like, y'all are of no use to me. Like, go away. Just provide me with any information that I don't know. And that's enough.
I'll see if I can find it and retweet it to you.
All right.
Chat Mort, what have you been up to or what you got going on?
I haven't had a lot going on at all. A lot of my time is taken up by Side Quest.
What is Side Quest?
Side Quest is a really neat improv insult comedy show where we are all fantasy characters in the world of Morscar, which was created by Magog of Morscar, who is a really talented YouTuber. And I'm not just saying that because he gives me money to be on his streams. It's a lot of fun. And I'm on the Friday night one, I think. Yeah.
And who do you play?
I play Lyra, and she is an elf who was rejected by her kind for being really autistic and just not very graceful and elf-like. And she just wanders around alone in the forest a lot, and she's just kind of strange. So.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, but it's fun.
And how long you been with Side Quest?
Probably close to a year now, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, Satsu, I just retweeted it at you, so take a look.
Okay. Also,
mentions.
Stargazer said in the chat that the media is saying that it might have been a cell phone what he had. If you guys look at this picture, I'm sure
that's a gun.
That don't look like a cell phone to me.
That is some kind of Glock.
Yeah, Scribe. I don't know if you want to pull that up or not.
Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, that don't look like a cell phone to me, unless he got a gun-shaped cell phone case.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
So.
Okay. Thank you, Cryptic Nerd. Talking to, I'm assuming, Chatmore.
No.
Oh, you're a nerd.
It's fair.
All right.
Because I am.
Sorry, what?
I said, at least she's not a weeb like me.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
Let's move on to the wonderful world of thicketry. I'll go first. I don't think I have too much here. Let's see. There was a Washington Post posted a article today that is called Perspective. The first day of school, I always tell my students about my anxiety. Here's why. And I said, to justify your occasionally freaking out in front of them, and give you a pass for behaving erratically in front of children in case parents complain.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm a very cynical person. I might be right, though. And Chris Saliza tweeted this out, but this isn't Saliza saying, he's just quoting Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton said today, quote, Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances because I think this is going to drag out, and eventually I do believe he will win if we don't give an inch and if we are as focused and relentless as the other side is, unquote. And I said, under any circumstances, Hillary Clinton, does that include losing the election? Also, as far as like, I should have mentioned or should have added the part this is going to drag out. Yeah, it's going to drag out if Biden doesn't concede, if he loses. So,
well, on that one, this wasn't part of my fucketry, but since you brought it up, I saw an article about this, I think this morning before I went to bed.
Okay.
And she said this in an interview that it's not taped. She said it to some magazine.
Oh.
And it was somebody else reporting about that magazine article. And without giving any quotes in there, they go, what she's talking about is the mail-in voting when the mail-in votes come in. I'm like, that's not what the bitch said.
No, under any circumstance.
You're providing cover for her that's not what the bitch said. You quoted her. Anyhow, sorry.
Let's see. The other thing, so as with certain places, I've been keeping tabs on what's going on in Portland and Seattle, and apparently last night or the night before in Seattle, the quote-unquote protesters went to, okay, just imagine this for a second. Protesters went to a police precinct where cops were inside the building, and then using quick dry cement attempted to seal them in and then set the building on fire.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? If they isn't that grounds for attempted murder charges?
You would think. You have a super chat.
I know. Thank you, Cryptic. What Pelosi said about Republicans was worse. I don't know what Pelosi said.
Well, she specifically said it about the president and his allies in Congress. She called them enemies of the state.
I think I did see that.
This isn't the first. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I was asking, do you guys got a link to this so I can see it?
To what?
What you were just talking about with the burning.
Yeah, I got it in my Twitter here. 1 second, let me.
This isn't first time rioters have done this in Portland. Maybe 2 weeks ago now, Ted Wheeler came out and asked the rioters to stop, and I'm going to talk about it. The reason he did that was because that night they tried doing the same thing. They didn't use Quickcrete. They were just blocking the entrances and exits to the police station and then tried to set it on fire. And Ted Wheeler, not because he wanted them to not kill police inside, but he told them to stop because it's going to help Donald Trump.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually remember that. Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Which is relevant today.
I put the link in the chat for you, Satsu.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but one of my neighbor's kids is like scream crying. So if you can hear that, I apologize. But
yeah, I can't hear it.
Okay, good, because it's really freaking irritating. Let's see. I think the last thing I've got, or one of the last things I got. The Washington Post. This was their headline. Mike Pence hopes 4 years of subservience to Trump will lift his political future. And I said, subservience to Trump, as though a VP could be or should be anything else in relation to a president.
Do you remember all those times that Biden stood up to Obama? Oh, wait.
Well, I mean, in Biden's case, I don't know if Kamala is going to be subservient, since she's probably going to take over the office.
I'm sure she was subservient to get the job.
You think they're going to use that term in regards to Kamala, considering she's black and Biden?
Oh, well, that was the other thing too. It's like, are you going to categorize Kamala as subservient to old white man Joe Biden? That'd be interesting. And lastly, just an interest. Now, this isn't my tweet, but from James Lindsay. He's one of the guys who does the fake papers that get them peer reviewed and everything that are all nonsense. So Forbes magazine posted this tweet today. In 1955, the brutal lynching of Emmett Till in Mississippi galvanized the civil rights movement, such as George Floyd's death has changed the world. So why has his legacy largely been forgotten, and will he ever find justice?
What?
And James Lindsay says, forgotten? This is some legit crazy gaslighting. Yeah, Emmett Till, boy, his legacy's been forgotten. Nobody talks about Emmett Till. Nobody's ever mentioned Emmett Till. It just never happens. It never happens.
No, it doesn't.
No, nobody ever talks about it. It's never brought up.
What's really funny, though, is I guess you would have to ask him, have you ever uttered the word, the name Emmett Till, and somebody said Emmett Till who? Like, ever? Have you ever done it? No? Interesting.
All right. That's all I've got. So, Satsu, what do you got?
Oh, my God. A good majority of my stuff today was just kind of researching this and looking into this. Outside of that, I found out that I wasn't black today.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very shocking to me that this happened. It was out of nowhere, and it was from rando number 7,862. He presented me with this information, and I had no choice but to accept it because, I mean, he knows. So I'm currently waiting on my white privilege checks, and I knew my credit score was weird, man. I'm just like, man, why is it so high?
What exactly was the accusation again?
Well, let me see if I can find the actual feed, because we were talking about who the fuck is that? I'm trying to figure out who it was a blue check mark that was saying that that would happen, like these two stories are not comparable, because people were trying to compare this story to the story of the dude getting shot in the back, this shooting to that one. They're like, oh, he was able to walk past the cops or whatever, and it was like, see, this is just a long legacy of white people never being killed by the police and how they can get away with anything, and this is what we're talking about. And he's like, there's still footage of a dude who literally begged for his life in a hallway, and we watched him get gunned down by the police, and he was white. And the dude responded to that, just say you hate black people, dude. Like, just admit you hate black people, because that's basically what you're saying in here. And I'm just like, and somebody said, the fact that you completely ignored the fact that he put forth that this thing exists and decided to call him racist as a deflection makes you a piece of shit. And he was like, y'all white people are wild. You could never experience what we experience. So I don't even like talking about this stuff with white people, because there's no way you could comprehend the situation. And I stepped in and I'm like, well, I'm black and you're a fucking piece of shit. So, you straight up did exactly what dude said. You didn't even respond to the actual factual thing that happened, and you just called them a racist as a response. And he was like, yeah, these white people be killing me, man. You're not even black. Stop pretending. They just straight be lying out here. And I'm like, well, there it is, guys. You figured me out.
Yep.
We have breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
The white supremacist who slaughtered 51 worshippers at 2 New Zealand mosques has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, a first in the nation.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's I don't know much about New Zealand criminal justice. That is the first time anyone's been sentenced to life without parole. That's actually amazing. But okay, he was the first. So there you go.
What else did I see today? There was some that AT&T chick has kind of caused some ruffles on the internet.
Yeah.
With her sexy ass. I'm just like, I don't really get it, because whenever I saw those commercials, I'm like, she's cute and she's bubbly and she seems really energetic and stuff. Like, she's a good mascot for the commercial. I think she's very attractive. And these other pictures came out and I'm like, and she's got nice tits. That's awesome too. But everybody's like, oh, now people are pretending that she's cute just because I think the post said the AT&T girl isn't suddenly beautiful just because you saw cleavage and went full ape like a bunch of 14-year-old boys. And I'm just like, how do you know they didn't think she was attractive before? Like, I mean, the shirt she's wearing, because they keep putting these pictures side by side, the shirt she wears in the commercial and, the picture she takes outside of them, Like those are it's drastically different. Like there's no way you can know that those are under there from those commercials. And when she's like, take a look at them, everybody's like, okay. Like she took those pictures for a reason. She wears things that shows her cleavage for a reason. And people saw it and they're like, cool. You got some awesome boobs. And she's probably like, yes, I fucking do. And that should have been the end of it. But, now here we are, I guess. There was another post that said, if we're being honest, 2020 is the perfect year to get rid of daylight savings time. Just rip the Band-Aid off while we're all stuck at home and confused. And I'm just like, yeah, fucking do it. Let's do it. See what happens. Anybody gonna know? Ask anybody what the fuck time it is. Ain't gonna fucking know. And what else did I see? I think that might have been the bulk of what happened today for me.
Monkey, what do you got?
Oh, let's see. Load like I told you to, damn it. Where's this one? Last night, Sean King tweeted this out. To the Kenesha Police Department, if you do not name the officer who brutally shot Jacob Blake on Sunday, wait, what the fuck? Why did that just jump? There it is. Why does it keep doing that? Son of a bitch. All right, sorry. Hold still. Okay, I think I got it.
Wow,
If you're not naming the officer.
This is amazing commentary, Monkey.
Well, I could stop if you want.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
All right. Who brutally shot Jacob Blake on Sunday. We will simply begin naming officers from your department who may or may not be him. Fuck it. Your protection of his identity is unethical. What is his name? He tweeted that out. They're just going to start randomly doxing cops. Not for any reason, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I just asked Twitter, why this fake black guy who makes his money by, defrauding black people on the backs of dead black people is now allowed to be threatening police officers on their website, which, by the way, they didn't answer. But this asshole replied, being more concerned about the hypothetical dangers of the officers than about the actual death of Blake is a telltale sign of you being either a racist or an idiot. Blake's not dead.
He's not dead.
Yeah, if he's not.
Oof. Did you politely inform that gent?
You want to hear my actual? I'll read you my actual answer. Knowing so little about what's actually happening, yet talking out of your ass anyway is a telltale sign that you're a fucking moron.
Did that conversation continue? Because I must know.
I don't know if he's answered back. I haven't. Nope, doesn't look like he answered back over here.
Oh boy! And you know what? I accidentally said that he would still be alive because we talk about so much of this shit. That's like a common statement now, But like, you don't even know what the fuck. All right.
Be careful calling somebody an idiot if you don't know what you're talking about, because you did say that, but you weren't doing it calling somebody else an idiot. He called me a racist or an idiot. Well, your whole premise is wrong. Your either or doesn't work because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Anyway,
real quick, thank you, Cryptic. Talcum X hasn't been shot 9 times like 50 Cent yet.
Well, no, he's white. He doesn't go anywhere there's going to be any actual danger. He never lived in the hood. He's a fucking rich kid posing as a black guy who won't let his hair grow out because then we'll all see, oh wow, you are white. Who threw his mom under the bus and called her a whore when his mom came out and went, this kid's white.
Yeah.
He came out like, my mom might have slept with a black guy. What? You're a honky. Stop it. And this motherfucker is stealing money from black people. Every fucking charity that he has set up, the money has just disappeared out of, and they have no fucking idea where it went. And yet some people still champion this piece of shit. And now he's actually on Twitter threatening to dox officers, hoping that they'll get hurt, and using that as a way to extort the police.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitter's like, I don't care. But don't let Donald Trump give his opinion of fucking mail-in voting.
Well,
it's fucking disgusting. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Targeted harassment is one of Twitter's core values.
Yeah, right. Governor Kate Brown came out today. Yesterday. Let me be clear. It's time for the violence and vandalism to end so Portland can focus on the important work to be done to achieve real change for racial justice. Those who have committed acts of violence will be held accountable. Which is all fine and good for her to finally come out and say, even though that's the exact opposite of what she's been saying. But those in Portland who have been committing acts of violence, the DA there in Portland said he's not going to fucking charge them. Every night that they're arrested, they get released the next morning.
You know what? That actually brings me to a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, please.
So everything regarding these riots and stuff like that, it's been the case from state to state that they basically catch and release them, right?
In most, yeah.
Some people are claiming that he might fall under that guideline, and I'm like, no, I don't think he would.
The kid who did the shooting?
Yeah.
No, he would. This is now. Look, if I don't want to put this. If one of the protesters, I'm using the air quotes, had shot somebody, I have no doubt they would find a way to say it was self-defense.
Real quick, think cryptic. Talcum is more like Ja Rule, a wangster.
I haven't heard that fucking word in forever.
Excuse me.
Fucking wangster.
You had the DA there in Portland when he came out and announced that he wasn't going to be charging people. He even said that charges of assault against police officers would be heavily scrutinized. They're not going to catch or they're not going to just release this kid for the shooting. I think they might have to with the evidence that we have, unless somebody has other video that I haven't seen. I mean, he's clearly being chased. Whether that is terms for shooting somebody, I don't know.
Well, based on the one video that somebody shared with me, apparently there were two groups there. There was like an armed group that had basically the same type of weaponry he had that offered to assist Black Lives Matter with protection. Mm. And I'm just like, that makes things quite interesting. And also the dude was initially saying that he was there to protect property or whatever. From the video that I saw, isn't that the property he was protecting that he was initially running away from the second video? Or
we'll talk after the show because I have to show you.
Okay, because I'm still trying to piece everything together.
But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask if you had anything else.
Just one more. Don Lemon last night.
I'm sorry.
I just mentioned a moment ago Ted Wheeler about 2 weeks ago, saying that the protesters there in Portland needed to stop being so violent because it was going to help Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Last night, Don Lemon told in a conversation with Chris Cuomo that the violence really needs to stop because it's showing up in the polls and it's helping Donald Trump.
Oh my!
Not that it's wrong. Not that they're destroying people's lives or people's property or that it's fucking illegal. Mm-mm. And it's amazing how many politicians after Don Lemon has said this, have come out, yeah, we should probably stop this violence. It's horrible. Fuck all of you.
Oh, Monkey, I thought you were going to talk about something else.
What else? What else did that shitbag do?
You didn't see the interview with Don Lemon and the victim's mom?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were getting at. Oh, my God. Scribe, did you see it?
I don't know what you're talking about now.
The victim who got shot and paralyzed or whatever. Yeah, Jacob. Don Lemon invited the parents on to talk about, what was going on or whatever, and he got completely blindsided.
Oh,
Like, she straight up came out and said, "Look, my son died. It's horrible.
Not died.
I mean, well, my son was shot or whatever. It's horrible, and the and the stuff that's going on or whatever, it definitely needs to be addressed. But don't go out there doing violence in my son's name. Don't go out burning things down in my son's name, because that's just unacceptable." And Don Lemon was like, "Oh?" Like, what? And then afterwards, he just was like, well, is there anything you want to say to any politician about this? And she's like, well,
Specifically named Donald Trump as one of the politicians.
Well, he had to build up to that. It was like, any politician you want to say something to, I don't know, Biden, Trump, Donald Trump, anything you want to say to him or whatever. And she basically thanked Donald Trump for trying to contact him and apologized for missing his call.
wow.
That's funny as shit.
Oh, he was fucking dumbfounded. I'm just like, oof. Oof. You can't shut her down. You can't close her down in the middle of that interview. Oh,
Can't claim she racist.
Oh, man. I was like, ooh, man.
By the way,
not go your way, did it?
The way she responded and the way she carried herself on there, that's a good mom right there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Was that it, Monkey?
That's it.
All right. Chat Mort, what do you got?
I don't got a lot. I did respond to that stupid Sean King tweet also. I basically said black people don't need a white dude who flares his nostrils in photos and uses sepia filters to look black speaking for them. That's about all, because it just is dumbfounding to me that anyone takes him seriously when he is basically he's made his persona just a racist caricature. So
hello, fellow black.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Was that it?
I think so.
Okay. Well, then, if there's nothing else, I guess we'll move into question time a little early. So, chat, it's your time. As in the chat, that's the audience's time, not Chat Mort. I mean, you can ask questions if you want. Do you have any questions for us, Chat Mort?
I'm answering shit.
Wow.
Oh,
Never mind then. Okay, well, Satsu's called it, guys. She made Chat Mort cry. There you go. If you have questions, comments, concerns, complaints, conspiracy theories, if you have opinions about how mean Satsu is just now, put them in the chat. If you have questions for us directly, please put plenty of chat marks after those. If you have any statements for us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. And while we wait for some of those to roll in, anything that you'd like to plug, Chat Mort?
My channel is pretty neat, and I like getting subscribers on that. So there's that. And I don't know, follow my Twitter for grotesque nonsense. Those are not very good plugs, but there you go.
Yeah, and links to both of those are in the description. And at some point, I presume I'll be able to add Streamlabs, her Streamlabs link once YouTube allows me or StreamYard allows me. Also, Satsu, I'm watching you play Phantasy Star Online too.
Yeah.
On the screen that you're still sharing, but I'm not actually displaying.
You should display it. This game is awesome.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be some kind of copyright thing or something. Or I'm not a gaming channel. I don't know if I can do that legally.
Maybe not the music. Well, maybe not the video, but the music.
Yeah. Let's see. Are you guys gaming after this, by the way?
Yes. I'm just I'm logging in this so I can get my bonuses before we stream tonight, because after the stream I'm probably going straight to bed.
All right. Motto Winter, oh lords, would y'all try mourning doves stuffed with cherry stuffing and a chalice of fortified wine?
Fortified?
I don't even know what a mourning dove is, and I don't like really cherry stuffing, so no.
How what is fortified wine? What does that entail?
I don't know. I'm not an alcoholic yet.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple more TEDx's. You never know.
Yeah, it sounds a bit fancy for me. I don't know.
Dr. No, Lords of the Night isn't ironic, or maybe isn't ironic. He is part of a libertarian group that is there to defend BLM, which is ironic in itself.
Well, they said that he could be a part of one of two groups. Either that one or there was another supposed militia group that was there. The bottom line is, from what I saw, he said that he was there to defend the business that was attacked previously, and that's all we know for sure. So.
Okay. BG asks, Chat Mort, what's your favorite type of porn? Well, there you go, guys.
I don't know.
Growl porn?
Yeah, like moaning porn.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Shrouded Angel, why is there no more Mad Libs? Because people take a long time to talk about all of their fucketry, and we run out of time.
Oh, damn.
Well, it's true. That's literally the case. If fucketry takes too long, then there's no time for a Mad Lib. That's just how it is.
It is.
It's just an observation, not an accusation. Just that's
well, I specifically took offense to it because I know that I am guilty of it.
Yeah.
So
unless I decide to portion off some time of question time to do a Mad Lib, that's just. Let's see. Angry Illinois and Satsu, can you please tell us why you were late tonight?
I did.
I already did.
Yeah, I explained that. But if you want the short version, I was working on a commissioned cooking video, and it took a little longer than I thought it was going to take. So, but I got it done, and hopefully it turns out okay. I might have to do it again. We'll see.
You know, I can answer an old question now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I think my favorite kind of porn would be any of the AT&T lady, if that existed.
Oh, I need to find it.
I'd watch.
Backscan 3030s. Ranting Monkey, will you look at HB 8005 in Tennessee and see what you think? Does it go too far or not far enough?
HB 8005?
HB 8005 in Tennessee.
I'll take a look.
All right. Thank you, Bear. Who's the fourth wheel with the pretty voice? Wow.
It's me, I think, right?
Well, it's either you or Monkey. I'm not quite sure. That is Chat Mort. Her channel link and Twitter in the description. Go check her out. Or, if you do, leave a compliment on her selfie. She loves those. Noah Knower, did you cover the DOJ going after governor's COVID elderly agendas? Yes, we did. Yep. Read that story. Frosted Glass, do you think the National Guardsmen will be embarrassed now having to say they served a tour in Wisconsin?
I saw the Nationals, the mobilization of the National Guard for this hurricane.
Yeah. And
all I could think of is, we got National Guard deployed in cities from people being fucking retarded.
Yep.
Instead of them being ready in case, they're going to be needed down there because states do help each other.
Yep.
No, fuck that. We're gonna burn down our own fucking city instead.
Y'all ready for the narrative? Because it's coming. Once that hurricane has done its damage, they're going to say, due to Trump's negligence and authoritarianism, deploying these people, these National Guards out there, the response was weak to the hurricane, and we can add more bodies to Trump's list.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to be. I'm telling you, man. I'm calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Calling it.
Tack Alpaca, should barbecue sauce be spicy, vinegary, or sweet?
Not
all three.
I don't really like vinegary barbecue sauce.
Same here.
That's the one I usually stay away from. The other two are fine, depending on what I'm eating it on. But the vinegary one, I'm just not a fan of in general.
Let's see. Justin Anderson, is Chat Mort a permanent new addition to Lawton? Well, I mean, she's been a Lord of the Night for a long time. I mean, as far as like every night, no. Still the three of us? Why, are you trying to get rid of one of us or something?
I'm happy to come on anytime, though. Anytime that I'm free.
Let's see.
I'm reading this HB 8005.
Right.
It's some kind of order to help stop first responders from being attacked.
Hmm.
They can end up with an assault charge, Class A misdemeanor, $5,000 fine, mandatory minimum 30 days in jail, or aggravated assault with $15,000 fine, minimum
Minitory.
Of 90 days. Does it go far enough? Too far? I don't know. It depends on whether or not it actually gets used. Sometimes laws like that can go awry. I'm not a big fan of mandatory minimums, to be honest with you. But when you read what they're talking about, things like them spitting or throwing rocks or purposefully getting bodily fluids on people, I mean, I don't know. 90 days seems kind of a little bit low to me.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of room now in the jails because everybody got out for the virus. So
true. Yeah. Got the space. Use it.
Desert Tramp, Lords of the Night. The Wisconsin AG released the cop's name today. Like, I don't know. I thought that was still a secret. I thought that was the whole controversy. Is they won't release the name. I don't know. I don't particularly care myself, but then I don't live over there. Dr. No, Scribe, if COVID didn't happen, what would have been your plans for 2020? Probably nothing major would have changed, honestly. I don't really have any huge plans year to year or anything, so I had no trips in mind, no travel. So yeah, nothing comes to mind that hasn't already happened for the most part, except that I mean, it started so early in the year that anything that I would have considered as a plan didn't even start. So
yeah. Talk about shit that's not COVID.
Yeah, probably.
I was going to be doing this.
Angry Illinoisian, is that why you were in PSO2 at the time I messaged you a half hour in the show?
What happened?
I think Angry's talking to you about being on Phantasy Star Online too.
Oh no, the game was up and open or whatever, but I was in the kitchen cooking at the time. Like whenever I play MMOs, if it's the only game I play, I don't usually close it when I stop playing. I just walk the fuck away. Because why? If I'm about to wake back up and just play it again, and they're not going to automatically log you off, which they don't do on this game, then why the fuck would I turn it off? I just leave it on. So there you go.
Cannibalistic Wizard, when are y'all going to replace Monk with Jack for a night? I don't have any particular interest in having Jack replace Monkey for a night or otherwise. If Monkey wants to bow out and Jack wants to come on, well, depends on whose night is hosting, I suppose.
I'm good.
Gamer Vleen, thank you so much. Stop running, Satsu. You'll get tagged as Usain Bolt next. Oh, did you see that?
That was funny as shit.
That was funny. Kevin Hart, like Usain Bolt has got coronavirus. Kevin Hart, like, oh, whoops.
Man, just stand them two motherfuckers next to each other and you'll understand why that is a horrible mistake.
Yeah, and that was like NBC, wasn't it? That was like that wasn't like Podunk publication or something. That was NBC News.
Yeah, just like wow.
Justin Anderson, what do you think about Oregon racist CARES Act only for black people?
I'm not familiar.
I don't know about it. Dr. No, Chat Mort, has anyone told you look like Barbara Dunkelman from Rooster Teeth?
No, I just Googled her and I can see it a little bit, but nope. I usually get Uma Thurman or pretty much that's all.
Uma. Let's see. Attack Alpaca, what is Chat Mort's opinion of Trump?
I have gotten more migraines than I can count from his Twitter feed. And I don't like what he has done in his private life, but I think he's been a pretty decent leader in most regards, honestly.
Keeverdam, if a bunch of cats jump on top of each other, is it still called a dog pile? Yes.
Yes.
Because cats don't usually do that. It's very, very dog-like. Mono Winter, Scribe Light, fortified wines are wines that have alcohol added to them, unlike standard wine, which contains only the alcohol that results from fermentation.
Oh,
Oh.
answer on that dish.
Oh, so if I take red wine and I dump in some Jack Daniels, I got fortified wine.
That makes sense.
Probably tastes like crap, but yeah, okay. Check
Yeah, wine does anyway.
What now?
Said wine tastes like crap anyway. Who'd notice?
Depends on the wine.
There's far too many wines for you to make that call.
Bullshit. They all taste like ass.
Have you eaten a lot of ass in your life, Monkey?
Just your mama's.
Oh!
Yeah, she told me she had a substitute for tissue for a while. I remember.
Oh!
She still like it.
Damn. Check your logic. Speaking of Barbara, how funny is it that Monkey confused Mrs. Cleaver for Mrs. Brady? Did you?
What? Did you?
I don't know, Monkey. Did you?
What?
Did you confuse Mrs. Cleaver for Mrs. Brady?
When?
I don't know. It jumped, and of course, Check Your Logic says at some point apparently you confused June Cleaver with whatever her name is, Brady from the TV shows.
It's possible, sure.
Yeah, you're asking Monkey to remember something? They made a mistake on something? Yeah. Keeverdam, what if it's a bunch of dog-cat foxes? It's still a dog pile.
Dog cat fox pile.
Then it's an orgy.
No, except that there can't be a dog pile of dog-cat foxes because there's only one dog-cat fox.
Red rockets everywhere.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
I do know what you call it when you try to play Lincoln Logs with cats. Hilarious. You should try it sometime. Get two cats together and stack them.
Mono Winter. Oh, Lord of Punishment. Who is more curt, Satsu or Monk? Curt? Neither of them is curt. They go on forever. So,
Pardon me.
I'm just saying. Mr. Scott J87, what is your favorite part of Clerks or Clerks 2? Oh, God. Clerks or Clerks 2? Well, I mean, just the banter between Dante and what the guy behind the counter, but the whole Star Wars thing, when they're talking about Star Wars. I think I haven't seen that movie in a long time. That's the part that's most memorable to me. I'm sure there might be better parts in there, but that's
Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever. I know my least favorite part is the donkey show thing.
Oh.
In 2.
Oh, 2. I think I've seen 2 once, and I remember nothing about it.
I don't know if I've seen either.
Yeah, first one's great. First one's hilarious. Second one I didn't care about. Like Dogma, I really liked as far as Kevin Smith movies are concerned. And I thought Red State was kind of interesting. A little weird, but it was all right. I haven't seen many other Kevin Smith movies. That's what I saw. Okay, so Clerks 2 I saw once at one point. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back I saw, which is funny. Dogma, Red State. I think there must have been something else of his I saw, but I never saw. Was it Jersey Girl? That was his, right? Or was it Geely? I forget.
Jersey Girl was his, but
Jersey Girl, yeah.
Chasing Amy, Mallrats.
Chasing Amy. Oh, right. Chasing Amy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Chasing Amy and Mallrats. I saw Mallrats a couple times. Chasing Amy I saw once or twice, I think. Or at least that scene in Chasing Amy at the convention where the guy's giving the Star Wars. It's always the Star Wars speeches. His Star Wars speeches are hilarious. Let's see. Assassin the Gray. There are many dogcat foxes, and they are all wonder critters. No, there's only one dogcat fox, genetically engineered, specially live on the moon. And lives with me. Grazilla says, finished pencils for page 15. 3 pages left to go. Oh, boy.
Nice.
Oh, boy. The Lords of the Night comic book is on the way.
I'm excited.
Sweet.
Dr. No says, Satsu, have you seen JoJo Bizarre Adventures?
I made a very, very valiant attempt to watch the first season, and it didn't go well. And I know people say, look, if you just get through the terrible first season, the rest of the show is great. And I'm just like, that shouldn't be a That shouldn't be a requirement.
That's where I am. I'm trying to get through the first season, but I've just got things I'd rather watch.
It's so hard to sit through, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I'm not all that enthusiastic about the rest of it either. Just because I'm just like, I don't know, man. I've heard about it. I've gone and watched some clips. I've even checked out like specific fight scenes where they're just like, oh, dude, this part was, and I'm just like, none of this is really screaming, you need to watch this to me. So, to the people who love it, great, but I just it ain't speaking to me, bruh.
Justin Anderson, Oregon State Governor has set up a COVID stimulus package just for Black people to help them deal with the virus, and only people who can't apply are white and Asian Americans. Really?
Sounds like that's something that'll get them sued.
That sounds like, illegal.
Looks like I'm moving.
Ryan Rollins, Scribe Light, there is an important question I asked of Chat Mort, and Cynic agrees. Well, you might want to ask it again rather than just telling me you asked it, because I don't know where it is in the chat. So,
considering the people involved, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Well, that's all the questions. I guess we're done. Oh, Ryan Scribe Light, would you kindly ask Mortonator if she has embraced her new Penguin Empire overlords, and also where is Ceiling Fan Chan? Mort is hold Fan Chan hostage.
I still don't remember where the penguin thing came from. I'm sure it came from one of my streams that just delved into completely incoherent territory. My ceiling fan is fine. It's fine. Everybody always asks about my hits. It's fine. It's on the ceiling, just hanging out. So,
all right.
Thank you for checking.
Data Wasteland, Scarlight. Ask the group if you all saw the Baltimore Republican Kim Klacik shows reality for Black people in viral ad.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
Data sent me something over on Discord. He told me to go check it out. I saw it, but I didn't watch it yet because it was during the show. But I'll send it to you guys afterwards.
Justin Anderson, what is Chat Mort's favorite soda?
Oh.
There's only one right answer.
But that's like my second favorite.
Ah!
I'm sorry. I like vanilla Coke.
Ah!
And I like Dr. Pepper a lot.
All right.
It's neat.
Motto Winter, oh lords, did you know that if you eat ill-prepared walrus meat, it has a high chance of attaching itself to your innards and start living in the person's body?
What?
I really hope that's not the case. I hope
it's true. I'll eat it.
Okay. Check your logic. I know you did a lot of shilling, but if you can't promise you'll get to them all, the news stories, is it okay if I make that promise on my channel right after the show? Sure. And MSS News is a public font of wonderful information.
Only if you keep the promise, though.
Well, that's it. I mean, and how far back you going? Just those posted today, or all of them?
I'm about to say that's a tall order, depending on the night.
Mr. Scott J7, if you could interview anyone and they had to tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, who would you interview? Satsu, who would you interview?
You might have to come back to me on that one because I'm bouncing between a few people right now.
Monkey?
Hillary Clinton.
Shep Mort?
I think Alex Jones. I have so many questions.
For myself, gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Let's see. Spittlebuggies. Ranting Monkey. Is the Weiger on Twitter anything like Malibu's Most Wanted? The Weiger?
He's talking about, that's a derogatory term towards Talcum X there.
Oh.
No, Sean White is more of a, he he thinks he's Malcolm X,
Hmm.
or likes to pretend he is. Meanwhile, he just swindles black people for money.
Dr. No asks, Ranting Monkey, how is the wife?
She's very well, thank you.
Oh, good.
You guys have a good anniversary?
We did, yeah.
Cannibalistic Wizard, would you have a pet badger like one of our greatest presidents did?
No.
Did one of our presidents have a pet badger?
I don't know. Sounds like something Teddy Roosevelt would
I
have
was
done.
about to say, the first name that came was Teddy Roosevelt. Like, anybody would have like wildlife in his house that's not just a dog. But probably not. Dr. No, Chat Mort, favorite vampire from any anime? That's very specific.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. Any vampire from Trinity Blood, because that series is hugely underrated.
What about Hellsing?
I haven't finished Hellsing because I'm a
We haven't
terrible
finished
person.
Hellsing. Oh my god! Yeah, in college, I was made to watch 3 different series: Evangelion, Hellsing, and Trigun.
Mm.
And I liked Trigun a lot. I couldn't. I thought Hellsing was okay, and Evangelion was just confusing and overblown. It was just like, oh,
The first vampire I can think of, as soon as that question was asked, was the female vampire from Castlevania.
Oh.
What was her name?
which one?
Oh, what happened? Did I get muted? I can't hear you guys all of a sudden. What the heck?
Okay,
What you did?
That's a problem. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Huh.
Guess we'll come back to that one. Let's see. Angry Illinoisan says, D, Vampire Hunter D? I guess he's a vampire. Or he's a vampire.
I think that's my gynecologist's favorite anime.
What?
What?
Do you discuss this? Well, never mind. Green Death, I shall ask once more. Chat, is cereal soup? Do you enjoy tongue buttering the turtle cave? I believe she's been asked these questions at least 2 or 3 times. Go ahead.
I say cereal is not soup because
Wrong.
I have an emotional investment in this. I don't care about the truth. Soup is salty. Cereal is not salty. It should not be salty. And as far as tongue buttering turtle caves, I don't care how nice your turtle cave is. I politely will decline. That's gross.
Unless it's
sorry
Satsu's
about that,
mom.
guys.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there, but like I went in to check stream yards and it just swapped out my my audio output.
Oh.
Just out of nowhere, it just changed it to something
Okay.
else. I'm not sure why that happened. Anyway, yeah, the vampire chick from Castlevania, the one that
Which one?
the leader sister of the sisters, the one who the dreamer. Can't remember what the fuck her name was though. The one who the other 2 took orders from. It was like Eleanor and the other chick.
Okay.
Oh, that chick.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that is. You know better than that shit.
Anyway,
Let's see. Gulf City Peterbilt Confederacy. Chatmort, have you tried cherry vanilla Coke?
I have not. I don't like cherry as an item. It's L4 flavor. Not really.
Don't like sharing that experience in your teens.
Dr. No, Satsu, have you seen Vampire Knight, as in Knight?
no.
Daniel Fullman, Chatmort, favorite movie?
Oh my god, I don't know. I have a lot of favorite movies. I like Coraline. I like Constantine, even though it doesn't follow the comics at all. I really like Hardcore Henry. It was really cool. And I don't know. I probably have dozens. I can't pick just one.
Thank you, Keldrig. Renting Monkey is still subscribing to the heresy that cereal is soup, I see. He lives in blissful ignorance. Yes, he does.
Heresy.
Indeed.
That's just science.
Uh-huh. Red Dirt Runner, chowder is dairy-based, so is cereal a chowder?
It's just a soup.
Yeah. Illinoisian. The only good cherry drink is Code Red. I've never had Code Red.
Me neither.
Data Wasteland says vanilla cream soda, Miss Mort? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yes, I think.
Let's see. Ryan Rawlings, shall we make Chat Mort squirm? What do you have against testicles?
I have absolutely nothing against testicles, but I have something against the question you asked me about testicles on that one stream, which was horrifying. I don't have testicles and my testicles hurt.
Dr. No, I know the answer to this question. Ranty Monkey, have you seen Hunt for Red October? Of course he has. We watched it for a movie you should have watched.
Several times, yeah.
Yep. Let's see. And there's only one glaring narrative flaw in Hunt for Red October. I mentioned it several times. Would have taken all 15 seconds. Well, I guess the only problem with my complaint about the narrative is that the one thing they should have mentioned is the one thing that would have been difficult for Jack Ryan to have known. Maybe that's why it's not in there. But the audience should have at least been made aware of it. And that is why Ramius was actually defecting. They never explain why he was defecting. They explain that he had no family ties, so he wasn't leaving anything behind by defecting, but they never explained his motive per se. And it's explained in the book. They talk about his wife died. They never say, well, how she died. Well, she died on the operating table due to the actions of a drunk doctor, but the drunk doctor wasn't brought up on any charges or anything because he was the son of a party member. And that's why Ramius defected, because, after serving his country for years and years and years and years, they totally dropped him by the side when his wife died unjustly. And they never mention anything about that anywhere in the movie, that the audience could at least have an idea of what his motives might be. But yeah, so that's the only narrative flaw in that movie. Otherwise, it's a perfect movie. But then, as I heard one time, an artist always puts one flaw into their work as to not offend God by achieving perfection.
Isn't that from the people who make Oriental rugs?
It could be. Maybe. I don't know. I heard that before one time. I always thought that was fun. Let's see. Gulf City. Chatmore, do elf nipples grow constantly like orc nipples? Jesus.
Only when it's not cold.
Yeah, I was unaware that they... No. I'm going to say no. Mine don't.
Mr. Scott, what ratio of men to women would technically make a sausage party? I think at least 2/3 men to 1/3 women at...
Any dudes at all.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Unless you like watching dudes.
Midnight Exile says, it's called a Persian flaw, you cretin. Okay, well, I heard it somewhere. Sorry, I don't know the term, whatever. Fine. Let's see. Assassin the Grey, you pick up on Captain Ramius's disillusionment when he tells that his wife died while he was at sea. Well, yeah, and it's not enough. It really isn't. They should. I still don't understand why that was excluded from the movie, because it's, like I said, it would have been a 1 or 2 line piece of information that would have really justified a whole bunch of things. Ryan coming to the conclusion that Ramius was defecting in that meeting without that piece of information, I guess I could see him making that leap depending on what he knew about Ramius's history and personality and such. So it might still be okay, but Ramius should have at least brought it up once, and he never does. Let's see. And Frosted Glass says, who would be better at killing vampires, Buffy or Blade? Blade.
Buffy. Buffy killed a god.
So, Blade killed a god. In the very first movie, he killed the blood god.
It's a made-up god.
I hate to tell you this, but with that, guys, we're at the top of the hour, and thus the end of the show. Yeah. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight, as you always do. You guys really are the best audience in the world. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things. Even though everyone is so well behaved, you guys have very little to do night to night. Everyone who donated, thank you so much for all your generosity. I really do appreciate it. It'll all go towards horrible things I'll put in my body, like goldfish and Jack Daniels, which I don't recommend actually mixing together. Not like that anyway, not in a blender. So Chat Mort, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you for having me. It's always a joy.
And everyone, check out Chat Mort's channel, YouTube channel, links in the description, as well as her Twitter. Go follow that. And if I remember to, or I'm able to, I'll add her Streamlabs to the description as well shortly. Let's see. Monkey and Sets, are you guys gaming after this?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, over on 2 Cents Plus, you can watch Ranting Monkey and Satsu 2 Cents fight zombies in 7 Days to Die, I presume.
Yes.
Okay. And remember, guys, tomorrow night we'll be back on the regular schedule, wherein we'll be on Satsu's channel on Thursday. So at the same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I think that's everything. Anything else to mention before we go?
Nope.
All right. Hearing nothing from the Peanut Gallery. But yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us. Monkey, Satsu, thank you for joining me as always.
Indeed.
And Chat Mort, again, thank you for coming on and livening up our little cadre here.
You're very welcome.
And everyone, your lives make us sad, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And getting out my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, the romance and sexual sorcery of sadomasochism.
Sadomasochism.
And today's secret word is circle.
Circle.
The word is circle. So there you go.